Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another game here for GosuCup America. This is going to be game number 2, round number 2, I should say, between Isurus eSports as well as Team Grats Tho. I am Maut. Joining me today, of course, is Jay. How are you, sir?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me around here. Really excited to see these teams play here for round 2.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good one. We saw Grats Tho absolutely just decimate the other team in the last game, and they looked really strong, but we're going to get some bans here, and so with Grats Tho, I think they play very well with their kind of style. They can pick up a bunch of different heroes, and it has them work well for them. What do you think about the opposing team maybe picking up an aggressive tri-lane to deal with just the amount of sheer damage that Grats Tho puts out when they decide to head down some stronger support heroes?
Yeah, I mean, they actually absolutely have the potential. I mean, we've already seen the 4 bans come out here. To note, Undying, Darkseer, still in the game. I mean, if you can pick up these kind of heroes, they're very disruptive and very annoying to deal with. So if they're comfortable running something like that, Darkseer, by now, I feel like most teams should be comfortable running something like that. Undying, maybe not at this level, but either way, I wouldn't be surprised to see either or both of those heroes chosen here.
Oh, absolutely, and it's definitely really important to keep that in mind. I mean, Undying not necessarily picked up as much, but he's still really a threat. But people have sort of phased him out. Darkseer, you make a very good point. Everybody's really comfortable with Darkseer. I mean, he's one of those heroes that if you get him, there is a good chance that you're going to have an okay time in the game. Just because it's so difficult to push in through that Iron Shell, once you get that Wall of Replica going, well, that's also a problem. And they will, in fact, pick up that hero. So you're going to pick up that guy with the pointy head, and we'll see what they decide to go for on the side of Grats Tho. Magnus could be a possible pickup. They love playing that. A hero that works really well as just very strong.
Oh, yeah, Magnus is just amazing. You know, really great with that ultimate to set up any kind of team fight. Get any other kind of AoE on top of that, and you're really going to put things in control for your team. You know, obviously, I would be surprised if they pick up a carry this early in the draft, so they're probably going to go with a support. And Disruptor's going to be the support, wow, with Gyrocopter, so that's actually pretty cool to see.
I think this is a very smart pickup here from Grats Tho. I really love this. Disruptor with that Static Storm. I mean, he's just so good in terms of getting and just having that crowd control ability, especially against that Darkseer. He does have to get in position. It's not like he's got a Blink Dagger or anything like that, so Darkseer has to get in position, get that wall off, get that vacuum. The silence certainly is very useful for that. Gyrocopter, an excellent carry. I've seen Goody play it multiple times. Of course, fan of Soyan. In the meantime, though, 2 more pickups here for Isurus, and they'll probably send that Darkseer to the side lane. So they've got an open drafting strategy right now. But then again, actually, Gyro could be sent mid too. But which would you prefer, a mid Gyro or a safe lane or a carry Gyro, I should say?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing him in the safe lane, just get some good farm and some good levels. You know, I mean, obviously, like you said, he can do either just fine. But, the Magnus steal, and I'm saying steal at this point because if GT could have gotten their hands on for this 3rd pick, I'm looking at their AoE comp right now from Grats Tho, and with Disruptor ult, with the, Gyrocopter ult as well, they could have done some massive damage. So Magnus is a great pickup with Darkseer, of course, Vacuum plus that ulti, some really nice synergy. And Rubik on top of that, really good as well. So I'm really liking the draft coming out here from Isurus.
Absolutely. This draft is this is exciting just because you look at the team fight not only from one team but both sides right now. You mentioned the Darkseer vacuum into the reverse polarity. I mean, if you can get a good one off, and I mean that's a big if, then you are going to be having a good time. I mean, that's going to be plenty of damage. The vacuum already provides a decent amount of damage at its 4th level. Reverse polarity we all know is strong. On top of that, you can steal call down from that Gyrocopter with that Rubik. I mean, Isurus right now has the better team lineup, I think. But of course, GT, don't count them out. They'll pick up the Shadow Demon with that next pickup here. So they're a little bit more squishy here and a little bit less formidable in terms of team fighting just because of that Rubik. But at the same time, they still have a very good lineup in their own right.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shadow Demon being, of course, a very popular, very common support picked up here. I think they ran in their last game, if I'm correct. And obviously amplifying that damage is just really important. You can really pick off someone, especially if you put on like a support or someone weak, just get a couple big nukes on them and they're going to fall. So, really nice choice there. And, we still need to see maybe a carry picked up for my Isurus. But am I saying that right? Isurus, how are you pronouncing that name?
Isurus, I believe.
Isurus? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say it wrong, but sometimes, you go a little off here.
Trust me, man. I think we both realized after how long we've been doing this that we're not going to pronounce everybody's name correctly. Like,
True.
fan of Soyan, I still don't know if that's the right way or not. Like, it's just difficult sometimes. That's why I call him Goody, because that's what I know him as. So it's just like, Goody, yeah, okay, that's easy. Fan of Soyan, not so much. They're also their main hero, their main player, their captain, Pandago, is not here either, and he's kind of got a difficult name to pronounce. So, like, look, this is Dota. People are going to have hard names to pronounce, and I just make, I make do as best I can.
I'd tell you, if I was like a professional player, I would change my name to something crazy just to mess with the casters, probably, if nothing else.
Oh, absolutely.
The bans are coming out here. Fan Lancer Clinks, obviously, so they're sniping out some carries, not assuming the Gyrocopter is going to really go that complete carry role for them. Maybe they are assuming that mid Gyrocopter and taking out, of course, the Fan Lancer, very common, very popular carry hero. The Clinks as well can do amazing burst damage, especially with an Orchid if he decides to go that. So some pretty smart bans, I'd say.
Absolutely. I think Isurus might have done some research here. I think they know that Suzel does like to play that Clinks. Phantom Lancer is a goodies staple, I think, in terms of carries. So I think Isurus is doing a very nice job banning out the carries that they think that they're going to be picking up here. They probably believe Gyrocopter will be sent mid, and I don't blame them for believing that. But I'm not necessarily concerned about that. I think Grats Tho will find a hero they're comfortable with, and they'll make it work. And we will have one more ban for both teams in just a minute. We have that Clinks ban, which we talked about. Sven and Nakes on the side, of course, of Grats Tho. So they're actually banning out carries themselves. But, of course, carries that work well in conjunction with Darkseer and Magnus, especially with that cleave damage coming in from the Nakes. The Lifestealer providing ample amount of damage already, especially with the Infest. A Magnus bomb could be a pretty big deal. So very smart ban there. 2 more bans left and 30 seconds of reserve time for Isurus right now. They have a very good draft going for them. Bounty Hunter, they're going to be the final ban out here. Another Sleazel staple. But still plenty of available heroes right now. The Queen of Pain is the final ban. Here we go, the last set of pickups. And I don't know. I mean, they've got Magnus, they've got Darkseer, and they've got the Rubik. What are they going to send for their carry, and what other support are they going to pick up here?
Well, yeah, like you said, I would assume with the current 3 they have, that Darkseer would do that side lane. Magnus probably run the middle most likely. So as far as carries are concerned, they're going to need something that can probably tank up some of this big burst damage that's going to come out, but and that's why, of course, that Lifestealer was banned out, because he would have been amazing for that. But, someone at least that has some kind of good survivability, whether it's getting out of there or tanking it up, like I was saying before. But, honestly, there's just so many options left. It's so hard to predict this kind of thing. I would like their support to have some kind of CC as well, or some kind of big AoE to follow up that Darkseer Magnus combo.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get another big AoE hero, that would just be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I actually wouldn't put it past them to maybe go something, well, I was going to say Lina, and they did decide to go down that road. There's that Light Strike array. They have the Dragon Slave as well. That's the AoE you're looking for. Of course, Laguna Blade also providing quite a bit of damage. But it's still, you can stop that from happening. I mean, these heroes all require to use their spells, and Disruptor, well, it's going to be on him right now. Ursa's going to be the pickup from the side of Grats Tho. They're playing very confidently. I've seen this once before. But at the same time, I'm not really sure about this just because there's a lot of mobility coming in from Isurus. They have to get the stuns off the disables as well. The kinetic field is a really great combination with Ursa, and we've seen actually, I believe Liquid does it a lot in the games they run, but whether or not he can really get the damage is going to be the question. The Lone Druid's going to be the final pickup from Isurus here, and this is curious to me right now for a few reasons. You'll probably have that Magnus mid, Darkseer in that off lane. Lone Druid, I think, works best in a side lane, especially a safe side lane. So the fact that he'll be with Lina and Rubik most likely sort of is interesting to me. I like the pickup, though. I think Ensnare is very nice to have. Can stop Ursa in his tracks on that Spirit Bear. So we'll have to see if it does go that way. And one more pickup here from the side of Grats Tho. What do you think about the LD pickup? Actually, as well as the Ursa, too.
The Ursa, amazing. With, like you said, Disruptor, that kinetic field, really good synergy. Also with Disruption, it gives you just enough time to come up there. You can use that slow and just burst someone down. So his supports really are going to mesh well with him. As far as the Lone Druid's concerned, we were talking about synergy with Max and Darkseer. I'm not really seeing it full-heartedly, although he is a very strong carry. And this is actually going to allow Rubik and Luna to do a lot of roaming because he's really good at soloing. He doesn't need that support. So with that bear, he can harass, he can get last hit. So actually, that's going to kind of open up the map for them, I think, and that might help them in the, gank like a hero like Gyrocopter. He's very vulnerable to that kind of thing. So I think it might work well.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely some good points that you're making. Going to jump into the game. I mean, you talk about the disruption, of course, with that kinetic field is going to be so nice. What I like about Isurus' lineup is they can essentially 4v5 or just fight as 4 for the early stages of the game while this Lone Druid gets some farm going for him. So we'll have to see if that does go that way. We're going to need some introductions here real quick on the side of both teams. For the Radiant, Grats Tho, Arteezy on the Ursa, Broccoli will be on the Disruptor. We're going to see Goody head up to the top lane on that Gyrocopter. With him is going to be fun again on that Shadow Demon, and bottom lane will be Sleazel on that Mirana. So it's going to be solo side lane Mirana. Very interesting choice there. Meanwhile, on the side of Isurus, we're going to see Sweet Pea on that Magnus. Fallen will be on the Rubik. Panky, I don't know, on the Lina. Nova will be on the Lone Druid, and lagging a little bit behind is going to be Ifrit. So we're going to see if there's going to be some early aggression here coming from either side. We'll have to find out.
Well, this Dire wants to do something, and this is very common, I think, for Dire strategies. Teams have no problem coming into this jungle, scouting things out. And obviously with how much CC they've got lined up, a telekinesis into a light strike array might be enough to set up a kill with the rest of their team. But of course, the Radiant a little wise to that, and not going to be anywhere near that. So the Mirana as their 5th pickup definitely throws me for a big curveball, to be honest. I did not expect them to go another kind of AGI hero as that 5th. And she is going to get farm in this lane, so going to be really interesting to see how she does, first of all, against this Lone Druid, it appears. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Darkseer, of course. He's going to be that side lane solo, and, she should at least be able to get farm, if nothing else.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Magnus is actually going to head up into the mid lane right now. Lone Druid going to be sent mid, it looks like. Yeah, so this is a very interesting laning combination. I've got to say, I agree with you completely on the Mirana getting picked up here. I've seen Grats Tho pioneer some strategies firsthand. We'll see if this is another one they go for. You think about pot him, you think about support pot him, but meanwhile, RTZ going to try the last hit. Nova if he gets even close, but this might be a difficult lane for him. Meanwhile, Magnus getting sent up in the top lane, that's going to be difficult. That's not going to provide him the levels necessarily that he needs to get as quickly like you would in a mid Magnus. So Goody, though, going to be trying to get some last hits in the top lane right now. RTZ going to be going up against Nova, who's got that DD. RTZ does need to be careful. He's got 2 tangos left on him right now. He's going to try to get a quick bottle. Who wins this mid lane? I mean, this is like the strangest mid lane I've ever seen.
Lone Druid should definitely hands down. I mean, the Bear is going to be able to harass with the range attack as well. He should get last hits a lot easier. Ursa obviously is planning to go a quick bottle because he didn't even get a stout shield or anything. And I think he was expecting the Magnus, to be honest, and that's going to hurt him now that he didn't have this against that harass. So, he'll do okay off the bat, and he's going to get a bottle soon, which will definitely help. But I would expect Lone Druid to have a better time here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Lone Druid, like you said, with that harass. And now RTZ is actually playing very close to the tower. He can't really go, afford to go down early on, especially into this Lone Druid. He does buy his bottle, however. We're going to get a disconnect here from Ifrit. While I'm waiting, I want to say thank you all to whoever was watching and, of course, donated at Dota 2 Marathon last night, which was, I don't know if you know this, Jay, but I was up all night just casting and playing in this Dota 2 Marathon thing. I was watching the stream, and they were like, God, every time this overlay screws me. Sorry.
It does. That's okay. Problem shall be solved, though. You were in that thing? That's really cool. I was reading things about it. I tuned in for a little bit, but I didn't get to see you or your part, but that's really cool that you participated.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, it was just so much fun. Some of the pro players came in. I asked Blitz. He jumped in, and he played a game or two. Then Pyrian Flax came on. He played a game. So a lot of fun there that we had. Check that out, guys. Make sure you donate if you have some extra money, of course, available. Going to jump right back into this game. The resume does go. Mirana's going to unpause it there. So Sleazel looking to get some last hits. He's actually at 5 already, so not doing too bad for himself. Has that Wraith Band going for him. The top lane, of course. Goody sitting at 3 right now. Lone Druid sitting at 5, so Nova doing very well for himself. RDZ's desperately trying to kill that bear, but it's so tanky, especially with that stout shield. And Ursa has to wait till his bottle gets here to try to go in with any more aggression. In the top lane, you can see, of course, Magnus trying to get some last hits. He's at 4, so right now it looks like the top lane is going just barely to the side of the Radiant here. Bottom lane as well for the time being, but the mid lane, of course, RTZ's having a little bit of a tough time, so everything's sort of a wash. I don't want to call anything just yet, but we'll have to wait and see if that first blood does come out and who does get it.
Yeah, absolutely. This top lane has been pretty close to breaking out. Each side is just ready to do something. The Flat Cannon already over the homing missile, actually interesting just, I guess, to try to get some last hits here. But, keep your eye up there. That's all I have to say. At a moment's notice, something could erupt.
Trust me, my friend. I will have my eye all over this. First blood will not be missed. I won't miss it. I promise you that. And if I fail, well, I don't know what I'll do. But regardless, yes, he did go for that Flat Cannon. It's going to provide, which is also good because when you try to get some last hits with your right-click damage, you can also harass the opposing team, which also does a little bit extra damage as well. So Just providing a little bit of extra right-click damage is nice. RDZ getting some bear stun going right now. Oh, there's a gank mid, as you can see. But there's actually going to be a nice rotation coming in from Fun and Broccoli. The kinetic field not going to hit, but the berry is actually going to take tower damage. They're going to do some right-click damage, he'll back off, and that's going to be it. A gank coming in from mid, but a nice counter gank there coming from the side of both Broccoli as well as Fun. So very nice rotation coming in. Goody does have to stay far back. He's only at 6 last hits now, and of course the Magnus does take the lead in that regard. So that actually just provides a little bit more room for, of course, that Magnus to farm, which is very important. There's the Earth Shot going. He wants this bear. He's very close to getting it. Well, it is actually be able to recreate, so he might recreate it before he gets that last hit. Oh, he's looking for it. He wants it. He does get it, so, of course, that is 100 gold, and Nova will have to recreate it in just a minute. And that's going to provide a little bit extra farm to RTZ, who's sitting on a bottle, which is crowing, by the way. Meanwhile, top lane, there's some more damage going. No first blood just yet, but Fallen's in some trouble. There's going to be the telekinesis. Skewer going to miss right there, and the first blood will go to Broccoli, but now Goody in some trouble. There's the Light Strike Array, going to miss, but the Rocket Barrage was used, and another kill maybe. Dragon Slave going to fly, but Goody will take that one. No Fun will get it. And a nice pickup from the side of GT. They take 2 kills. Sweet Pea looking for a Shockwave. Oh, nice job. He's going to pick off Goody there, but still a 2-for-1 trade with first blood going to the side of Grats Tho.
Wow, that was a nice action pass sequence. And, you know, a really good snipe there by the Magnus at the last second there to ensure the kill on Gyro. But, you know, all around, both these teams just have so much control with their support heroes, which is why it makes it so interesting to see these fights break out. You know, I would say the Disruptor and the Shadow Demon maybe a little more control, but then if you get a telekinesis into a Light Strike Array, you're going to take a whole ton of burst damage, and definitely all 3 of these heroes are very susceptible to that kind of thing. So it definitely could go either way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see both of these supports pick up early Bracer just because of the amount of damage that might come out. So keep your eye on that. Meanwhile, there's going to be a disruption going into telekinesis, or excuse me, the Rubik right now. Collins in some trouble taking damage, but Broccoli is going to get absolutely decimated with that Light Strike Array. So they try to be aggressive there, and it just doesn't pan out because the damage is just too much right now. Magnus with the Shockwave, excuse me, of course. So Goody was kind of a little bit low. He's going to just try to farm now. He's actually sitting at 8 last hits. He had a good start, but now he's sort of a little bit behind. He has 2 assists and 1 death to his name. RTZ continuing to farm mid with 24 last hits. So right now he's actually winning this lane, which we thought would be tough for him. And it's, of course, only 4 last hits, so he's not doing a whole lot better, but still, it's something. Meanwhile, Sleazel essentially has had almost a free lane for the most part. I mean, the Darkseers had 14 last hits, which is not the most. Like, when you think about Darkseers, you think getting plenty of last hits in the early stages of the game. This not so happening so much. Meanwhile, Smoke Gank wrapping around right now. As you can see, you do draw the line out there. They're going to look for RTZ. He's going to try to go up. Oh, but the Ensnare hits immediately. RTZ going to try to Earth Shock, but he's going to go down. Nice defensive disruption. There's the kinetic field flying as well, but RTZ's going to go down. Broccoli and Fun now in some trouble as well. They're going to back off the bear chasing. Nova looking for an Ensnare. Not going to happen. So an immediate pause as we get a disconnect from Fallen once again, or excuse me, Ifrit. So, but a very good gank coming into the mid lane right now from Isurus. It almost turned around, but RTZ got ensnared, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, he was just caught out there. It was a really great smoke gank. You know, they had no idea. They thought this ward, you know, on the minimap would just give them that vision, but obviously smoke counteracts that. And they, like, you know, I've said from the beginning of the game, the Lina plus the Rubik is very deadly as a combination, and this lone druid can dish enough damage out to kill that Ursa despite the good disruption. You know, there just wasn't enough support, and unfortunately he did fall.
Absolutely, and that's it's an unfortunate death for him, but he does still have plenty of CS right now. So apparently RTZ is very good at video games in general, as I'm answering someone's question in chat. There you go, chat. Just for you guys. Fallen now going to be sitting at level 4, checking out the level chart here. Level 2 for Broccoli. He's actually rather far behind, of course, in that aggressive tri-lane. Level 3 for the Lina, level 3 for Fun right now, so 2 to 3 right now. The supports are a little under-leveled, which is the problem. Goody's going to get some time to farm here alone. He's back up to 16 now after what was a little bit of just a slow period, if you will. Roaming mid, as you can see, Isurus looking for this 6-minute rune spot. What will it be? Is it going to be top or bottom? It will be top. It's going to be a haste rune. They will take it. And Broccoli's still mid right now, RTZ. Just respawning, as you can see, going to head back to that mid lane. Going to go for Tranquils as well. We'll see what he decides to go for first. Usually Vlad's, but if you try to go for that solo Roche, but of course they are on the Radiant side here. So they don't have that essentially map control, and maybe they'll go for something more along the lines of damage. But of course I think Vlad's is just nice to have just because of that aura armor. Meanwhile, RTZ is going to come in here. Nova's going to have to back off, realizing there are 2 mid right now. And RTZ is going to continue to try to get last hits. He's still leading the way over this lone druid for the time being. Sleazel, in the meantime, is actually having a great time down in the bottom lane with a bottle, Wraithband boots as well, and of course another extra 800 gold. So he's sitting very pretty for himself, and he could get a lot of damage as well. We don't see Mirana played as a carry anymore, but it could work pretty well. So.
No, he's doing a great job down there. You know, I thought he'd have a little more trouble with that Ion Shell, but obviously he is a ranged hero, and he's using that tower well with his creeps, you know, making sure to pick that one off so it doesn't take a lot of damage. So obviously he is winning his lane. The Ursa, though, you know, it makes a lot of sense how he's doing so well. This Urshock, excuse me, static mana costs as you level it up, so it's only 75. You know, he's only going to be more efficient as he gets more levels, still doing a ton of damage, so last hits really shouldn't be a problem, but it looks like there may be another gank on the horizon here.
Yeah, Sleazel was trying to go down on Ifrit in the bottom lane, but it just didn't pan out there. Yeah, and they're looking mid right now. They want to go maybe for Ursa, but RTZ's not going to make the same mistake. He's going to head down to the bottom rune, realizing it's not there. He's going to head back mid. So he might play a little bit behind there. They do have, of course, this Radiant Ward, which I think might have spotted Pinky as well as fallen out just momentarily. I'm not sure if RTZ comes over the river here. Yeah, he might get ganked. They might just turn around and try to go on him. Oh, RTZ might be in some trouble here. He's going to get ensnared. He is certainly in trouble. The Light Striker Ray is going to fly in just a second. He's getting body blocked from Nova, as you can see. There's the Earth Shock, the Telekinesis, the Light Striker Ray is going to fly. It's actually going to miss. The Dragon Slave will hit, but now RTZ is going to try to bottle up. Earth Shock is going to go as well. RTZ might be able to escape the Kinetic Field. Nice job there. Going to back them off with Broccoli doing some damage with that Thunder Strike onto Nova. And RTZ does get out alive just barely because that Light Striker Ray does miss. Sleazel actually rotating in. He's got, they're going to be able to try to hit an arrow here. He's looking for one. Try to go on Nova. Maybe the Starfall first. There's Telekinesis. No Nova just yet. Oh, and an Ensnare, unfortunately. So they're going to save the life of everybody there with that bear. RTZ's very low, actually, and a Shockwave going to come in with that skewer on the backside. Nice rotation coming in from that Magnus. Very, very smart. 2-4 the score right now for, of course, Isurus. And Sleazel's going to back off right now with phase boots, but oh, he's looking for the reverse. He uses it. Nice leap from Sleazel to dodge it out. There we go. Very nice.
Well, that was definitely an excellent play there by the Mirana. He was going so aggressive in there, trying his best to get like a close-range arrow to get the kill on the Lone Druid. Unfortunately, there was just too much going on, and he couldn't line it up. I think with the Mirana, especially if they want her to be more of a participation in this middle lane, a ward somewhere on this side would really help them out so they have that vision, because otherwise it's really hard to, first of all, see what's coming, you know, if they have support behind the tower, and second of all, to line any kind of thing like an arrow up, you know, it's going to be near impossible without that vision.
Oh, absolutely. Meanwhile, Fallen in the top lane might go down. Goody's going to get the kill. Rocket Barrage so strong. He's going to TP right out right now. Not a surprise there. He does pick up that kill. I mean, God, people just underestimate the amount of damage that Rocket Barrage can do, and he wasn't even scared of diving that tower at all. It was not even a problem. Ursa sitting at, right now, 538 gold. He has died twice. His CS is now at 38. He's still leading the way, but, arrow just going to miss from Sleazel. Just not in time there. If he had hit it, maybe getting the kill, but not going to happen, of course. Fortification on Radiant Structure, so pushing mid, you can see Nova with Demolish on that bear now. Going to try to take this tower down. That'll be a tough one to do. Meanwhile, RTZ's going to go on the tower here, of course, in the bottom lane. Ifrit, of course, with that Iron Shell. Ursa can't really afford to get close there. Sleazel's now up here in the top lane. Arrow's going to fly. It's going to hit right onto Pinky. He's going to try with that Starfall as well. A lot of damage. Skewer going to fly as well. Shockwave. Sleazel might go down. Nice. Going to be a glimpse as well on the backside there from, of course, the Magnus getting back out. So, but, the Rubik with the Fable going to get the kill, and Sleazel went the wrong way, unfortunately. So he gets the kill, but he does, in fact, go down. Maybe not the best trade in the world still. Let's check out the graphs before I do make that distinction. Right now, 500 gold, experience going for Isurus right now, 1,000 actually right now, 250 gold going for, of course, the side of Grats Tho. So they're going to be heading gold behind in experience, but it really doesn't matter at this point. It's a very even game.
Yeah, you called it. I mean, this is just dead even. The actions back and forth. You know, both teams really setting up some nice kills, you know, it's really going to depend on how these first fights really break out as they group up the push. It looks like middle's going to be a gank.
Oh yeah, and Snare and Goody. He's going to use his call down before he goes down, but it doesn't matter. He does get absolutely destroyed. I mean, God, these Spear Bears are getting the freaking luckiest entangles, I swear, every single time. It's just like, oh, entangle. See, look, there's another one on the Siege Creep. So I don't know what they're eating. I don't know if it's the Panda Spirit Bear that's doing it, but they're getting some nice entangles.
Interesting build here by Disruptor, maxing out the Thunder Strike. You really don't see that very often. Usually it's the Glimpse, I would say, for the cooldown and the cast range, or even the Kinetic Field to get that duration up. But he wants just the damage to help with that, and you know, I guess it's been working out so far.
Yeah, it has been, absolutely. What we haven't seen, oh, the arrow, he's going to run right into it. Nice arrow from Sleazel. There's the Soul Catcher. Fallen is going to go down. Nice leaps. Sleazel is going to avoid that Light Strike Array. Pinky maybe in some trouble. Rubik's going to buy back, but Pinky's down next. Skewer looking for the reverse. Fun can disrupt himself. No, he cannot. Oh, a glimpse. Nice glimpse back from that Magnus. Spirit Bear's going to keep chasing them. They may give it out scot-free right now and actually waste a buyback. Fun's TPing out. He is okay. He'll be able to get out of there. Sleazel is going maybe the wrong way. He has leap in 8. Oh, God. Fallen does steal Starfall, I believe. Yes, Telekinesis is going to fly, and Sleazel now can leap in just a few seconds. Might do so. Needs to do so. Sleazel going to try to get out. Surge going to fly. Do they have a vacuum is the question. No, they don't. They already used it. Sleazel will live. RTZ was actually looking to roam in and try to get some damage going there, but it didn't happen. So a very nice gank from Grats Tho. 7-6 the score now.
Wow, Sleazel is my new favorite Mirana hero player. Not that I see a lot of Mirana players. Maybe it's a little biased.
Stuff.
But hey, that's true. Well, he's my favorite support Mirana player. How about that?
Okay.
Not that there's many of those either. But this Disruptor and Mirana both making actually really great plays. You know, the two really good glimpses there, I think, helped save the lives of his teammates. And that's just exactly his usefulness. You know, he can do that kind of thing. If they're pushing a tower and a TP comes in, he can just send them back. You know, really just an annoying hero to deal with. And that ultimate, if he hasn't even had to use that yet in this game, of course that silence is just going to be a big pain when they're trying to do all their spells in the team fight. So we'll have to see how that affects him later. Oh, Mirana, bad leap.
Yeah, that was not the best leap for Sleazel, but he'll be okay because there is that Telekinesis is used, nothing else. Spell was stolen. I think it might have been Arrow. Or the leap actually was leap, but that's actually really good for a Rubik, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, he can fly on that broom, right, or on the sticks. You know, it's I guess that'll help him survive a little bit. He might rather have the arrow, to be honest, to help set up kills, though. But you know, a spell's a spell. He'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I'm thinking though is the only problem is that he needs to be able to get close to get that spell steal for the most part. He could sit very far back, leap in, and maybe steal that static storm if he had the time to do so. But I guess maybe not necessarily the best in terms of spell steal. Obviously, the arrow would probably be better. Starfall even more with that AoE damage, but that's not going to happen. Fallen is going to send himself to the mid lane right now. They're going to check, ward the bottom rune spot here. Of course, there is the Radiant Ward here. There is no counter wards coming out just yet. There might have been some earlier on in the game, but nothing just yet. Goody now trying to pressure the top tower again. There is reverse up for this Magnus, so Goody has to play a little bit more careful. He doesn't have homing missile. He didn't actually scale it once, which is surprising because I usually see at least one point in that homing missile, but he'd rather have full flat cannon, which allows him to farm effectively. He does have that Helm of the Dominator as well. What does the bear have? Phase boots and a stout shield and 1,700 gold, so he could be going for a Radiant, certainly. Nova in a good position to carry this game later on, so right now, I don't know, they need to gank Nova essentially for anything to be accomplished here. And they're going to think about going on this tower perhaps and going to send the bear onto it. Perhaps RTZ's looking to go. He's got a BKB coming with that Ogre Club finished up. Just needs the Mithril Hammer and the recipe. Pinky's going to get a smoke up on him right now, so they might go for a smoke gank here. Magnus looking to skewer. Sleazel is going to get reversed right now. He actually doesn't have leap, so Sleazel might be in some trouble, but there, of course, is the call down. Nice ult coming in as well. Oh, but the Fallen is going to get the kill with that, of course. Fade Bolt damaging. Gyro now should just try to TP out. He's actually in a very bad position. He's going to head up into the jungle just so that he cannot be found. He's actually waiting for some rotation coming in. Meanwhile, Rubik's going to get the kill on the denial of that tower. Nova's going to be sent bottom, looking to take the tier 1 in the bottom lane right now. RTZ, though, going to go for the mid lane, or at least try to go for it anyway. Going to finish up that Mithril Hammer, so he'll have some damage, as well as, of course, that BKB magic immunity, which is so nice to have. Not going to use Fury Sweat for Overpower, excuse me, there he goes. He's going to try to take this down as quickly as possible. He doesn't have Overpower maxed out just yet. He will soon. But smoke gank coming from Isurus right now, and RTZ's got to be careful. They don't have any sentries on the map right now. TP coming into the bottom lane for Sleazel. RTZ might get ganked here. He's got to be careful. He's got that bottle. Shockwave's going to fly. RTZ should back. He should know the rest of them are missing. Meanwhile, Nova's going to be coming through the jungle right now. If they can catch him out, they might be in a good position. There's going to be the disruption. Arrow's going to hit the bear. Arrow going to kill the bear, perhaps. Looking to get it down. Oh, the TP. Is he going to go down? No, he is not. Yes, he will. He did go down. Disruptor got the kill with the glimpse, I think. Somehow.
Wow. That was once again another amazing glimpse there. That he would have absolutely gotten out, but he timed that just right. And I really liked the positioning Mirana did. Instead of just going for that bear for the kill, she leapt in to hit both of the Starstorm and get the double proc on the bear, Lone Druid hero as well. So another once again great play by this Sleazel. Not to like brag about him, but I'm just saying he has made some excellent plays so far.
Sleazel making a name for himself in the scene, as you can see. I'm just gonna say I saw him quite a long time ago. It was the first time to really.
You were scouting him out,
yeah,
way
scouting him out. He was one of my guys, so I'm just gonna say that right now. Ooh, almost walking into that arrow is Sweet Pea, but he's gonna pick up a DD rune and bottle that up as well. Spell stolen. If that's Glimpse, that's a good spell, but it's actually kind of feel it's still really good. I think if you get any spells really, except for maybe Thunderstrike, which is still not bad in itself, if you can steal any spell from Disruptor, I think it's good. So Fun as well has some decent spells. Shadow Poison maybe not the best, just because, yeah, you get Vision, but at the same time, you probably like more. Goody going to be trying to farm up at the top lane, sitting at 68 last hits. He's actually tied with Nova. He's gotten a kill. He's died twice. Nova's only died once, I believe. Yeah, so I want to check the graphs real quick. 2,000 for experience now, of course, for Grats Tho. They've also got a 2,000 plus gold lead, so they're looking to be in a very strong position, as you can see. And heading down to the bottom lane, we're going to see Isurus now going down, of course, for Nova. Trying to push this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. There is no glyph available. It'll be tough to defend unless Goody wants to TP in, as well as Sleazel. So I don't know if they're going to try to defend this. There's everybody here, essentially. There is going to be a TP from Sleazel right now. What about Goody, though, is the question. He's going to TP in. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get there, but it doesn't matter. They'll be able to defend this now. There's still no glyph, but that doesn't necessarily matter. Oh, the Mirana ult. They might try to go for something, and Fun in some trouble right now. There's going to be the call down. Nice arrow going to go down. RTZ's going to be able to get that kill. Big vacuum, however. There's the Static Storm going. Nova taking quite a bit of damage. RTZ trying to get that kill. He will. There's the reverse only on Goody as well as Sleazel, but Goody might be the first to fall here. Sleazel looking to turn around and right click. Isurus now. Sweep trying to get out. There's a double kill for Fallen with that Fade Bolt. 3-for-3 trade. Ifrit trying to turn around and do some damage. There's the arrow. Is it going to hit? Yes, it does. Just enough damage, it looks like, for Ifrit. The telekinesis is going to fly. Now they're going to go on Fallen as well. And a triple kill for Sleazel. And it was an entire team wipe for a 3-man trade there, and they don't lose that tier 1 tower. A great fight for the side of Grats Tho.
Wow, what an amazing fight. And, you know, they all really played an important role. The Gyrocopter did some nice early damage, but that's Static Storm. I mean, really crucial to, I think, his team really surviving in that. It was casted perfectly on 2 or 3 heroes, including Magnus, who really wanted to ulti so bad after that vacuum, but he was silenced and he couldn't follow up, and that really hurt them in the end. So, you know, Mirana now just getting really big, and she's going to be something to deal with later on in the game if this rate keeps up.
Oh yeah, and she actually picks up an Invis rune, heading over to try and kill Pinky. This is going to be a really close range proximity arrow if he can get to Lina, who's actually rather quick, but Sleazel should be able to catch up to him, but now into the tier 2 area, as you can see. So Pinky will back off. Actually, Sleazel just going to go right around this tower. He needs to hit this arrow. He's looking for it. Pinky doesn't see this. Pinky's like juking hard. Oh, the arrow misses, unfortunately, somehow. And Pinky now still taking plenty of right-click damage. Oh, the nice Light Strike Array and Laguna Blade. Sleazel very close to going down. Rotation's coming through, but here's a smoke gang coming in. Sleazel's very low. Shockwave and the vacuum, not enough. There's the wall. Static Storm going to go right now. Sweet Pea taking damage. She's going to get out just fine. Ifrit might not be so lucky. Here's Fallen as well. Fun is kind of low. Nice arrow from Sleazel on the low ground. Fun trying to get out. He's going to earn himself, but that's going to get canceled immediately. They want this kill. Fallen trying to chase after him will do so. Meanwhile, Ursa's going to get the kill on Ifrit. Goody now taking plenty of damage. He's going to go down. 2-for-2 trade right now. 2-for-3? No, 2-for-2 trade. But still, Goody going down, not what they wanted. If they could get out of there without that happening, that would have been better. But RTZ actually getting a kill on Ifrit, which is a very nice pickup as well. So 15 to 12, looking at the graphs. 5,000 for experience and as well as gold for Grats Tho, and they're going to have that, and they'll be in a nice position. But man, that was some, like, it almost felt like the Lina knew that Sleazel was there, like roaming around him. So
yeah, he was kind of moving in an awkward position, but you know, at the end of the day, the arrow just barely missing definitely did not help the situation for the gank. He did escape, though, fortunately, and that really helped a lot since he's, you know, worth a good amount of gold with all these kills he's been racking up. You know, 7,400 net worth is now what she's sitting on. Ursa, the next highest, at 6,200. This lone druid, you know, the longer he takes to build this radiance, the harder it is for him to win these team fights because he's just sitting on 3,000 gold. You know, he's not really doing as much damage as the other players because they're already buying all these items.
Oh, absolutely. So that will be a little bit of a late Radiance right now. He needs about 800 more gold in order to get the actual relic, and then, of course, that's recipe right after that. Bottom now. Big arrow coming in. Ifrit is dead. He's going to go down. Sleazel getting the kill with that bonus Starstorm damage coming in. Just too much damage right there, and they'll take the tower as well. So very nice. They're going to push the tier 2. They should be able to do this right now. Goody's going to try to defend the tier 1. There's actually going to be a Mirana ult. They're going to roam mid, as you can see. Pinky now might be in some trouble, but he'll sit back pretty low on this tier 2. They're actually going to TP back to the top lane right now. Maybe think about defending this. Broccoli is here. He's got the Static Storm available. There's 3 heroes, maybe 4, I believe, from the side of Isurus. They're looking for a leap. Oh, telekinesis onto Goody right now. There's a Static Storm going, but Goody down. Definitely in trouble. There's going to be, of course, a nice disruption from Fun. The reverse did go off. There's going to be the call down as well. Gonna hit, doing a decent amount of damage. Sweep P gonna try to get out. They will pick up the Shadow Demon, but that is it. So Goody surviving with a very nice defensive disruption, but of course Fun has to sacrifice his life for it. Meanwhile, they're pushing bottom right now. They're very close to actually taking it, and Arteezy is going to look for it, and yes, he almost got it denied, but he does take it. So 2,600 gold right now for Arteezy. Lone Druid's actually going to take Goody in the top lane, who stayed way too long, unfortunately. They're going to take the tier 1 as well. So 16 to 14, maybe not the best play for Goody, but it doesn't matter because Ursa is sitting at 120 last hits, and of course it's sitting at 8,000 net worth right now, 7,000 for Sleazel, who has that ultimate orb, would look to have a Manta style rather soon. What is Arteezy going to be building? He has Tranquils, he's got 2,000.
Dagger, to be fair. I mean, that would really help his initiation, killing off heroes, but, you know, maybe he's going to go back by it now, I'm not sure. But Ursa, you know, it's almost like a staple on him, just so he can get right in the middle of the action and burst down who he wishes, especially after that Black King bar. You know, he's going to have to worry about essentially nothing. Reverse polarity, of course, will go through it if that's casted, but aside from that, I mean, he's pretty safe, but no. Oh, he's breaking down the boots? What is happening here?
Boots travel,
a
maybe?
death in the middle. That's what's happening.
Well, I missed that one. Skull Basher is going to be picked up for him right now. Knowing him, I mean, he just doesn't like to go. I've only seen him play Ursa once, and he didn't go for Blink, but also they pretty much absolutely dominated the game they played against.
He sold his Basher and bought a Shadow Blade.
Wait, what?
He sold his Basher and just built a Shadow Blade, so he was not happy with his original purchase.
Why? Why would you do that?
You gotta ask Arteezy, man.
Did he waste money from that? Was it on? I don't. Oh God. Whatever. I mean, this creep wave's doing a lot of damage.
Yep, this is the beauty of having a gyrocopter with Black Cannon, man. So easy to farm, and the Helmet Dominator, you know, he's probably stacking up with his creep for most of that. So, some nice big money for the team there.
Oh, absolutely, as well as some experience, so they'll have that. Roaming around the Roche Pit right now, Isurus thinking about going in. They've got Nova. They're trying to bait this out. There's a Sentry Ward here. They have, of course, this Observer Ward in mid. I think they're pinging this out because they know this is happening. So this is going to be interesting. Arrow's going to fly. Not going to go into the Roche Pit, but there's the Shadow Poison. Mirana ult going to fly. They're going to maybe try to fight this. Blink, reverse, onto 2. A nice one. There's going to be a skewer back. So they're just using the reverse and a glimpse now, though, so he is going to go down. It looks like he's got no skewer. Leap coming in. Sweep P is dead. Arteezy going to get that kill. There's the vacuum, the wall. Rue of Fun taking a lot of damage. Arteezy with the BKB now chasing after Ifrit, but he's low. Sleazel going to try to do some damage here, but Nova doing quite a bit of it himself. As you can see, he has that relic on that bear, and they're going to have to back off. Ifrit, of course, going down from disconnection again. Sleazel not happy.
Despite Grats, though, doing that fight almost perfectly. I mean, they baited out the RP, he used it, and it didn't even do much. Then they got the glimpse on Magnus, and yes, they got the kill, but look how much damage they took just from a vacuum ulti and make maybe one AoE nuke like a Fade Ball or something. I mean, their team almost goes down from all that damage, and now they can't even really fight this 4v5. They'd be pretty weak for it. So, you know, they're up against a really tough lineup to fight in these team fights.
I mean, absolutely. I think a part of the problem is they need that mech to be finished off, and he's very close. I mean, he's sitting at about 500 gold to be away from that. There's a lot of pings coming out. I mean, the guys reconnected. I think they're just trying to strategize. Ghost is Sleazel. So we will jump right back into this right now. As you can see, there's going to be a homing missile hitting the bear. Sleazel actually going to turn right back in. Maybe go for a fight here. And looking for an arrow. Oh, an entangle on Broccoli. They might be in some trouble here. Sleazel is alone. He's going to try to leap out of trouble. Of course, Broccoli is going to go down, but now Sleazel, of course, is sitting on about 13 seconds left before that leap's available. But he'll be okay. Actually pushing mid, as you can see, is Goody here with his Centaur Warcon. And now is Isurus going to head back to the Roche Pit. I don't know if they can really... I mean, they're kind of at full health, but at the same time, I don't know if I would fight this. There's a lot of ults that are down here. There is the Darkseer Ifrit who will back off. There's going to be a spell stolen. I'm not sure what it was. It was Arrow, actually. Very nice steal there. Isurus trying to back out. He's actually getting blocked by his bear. Warcon taking some damage there. Meanwhile, on the backside coming around is, of course, Ifrit, who doesn't have a wall. They're looking for some sort of stun here. Nice Warcon stun there. Going in, doing some damage. Call down on a lot of people. Light Strike Array going to fly. Mech's going to go as well. Goody just taking so much damage. It's just so much damage, but Sleazel trying to get Ifrit, but desperately. Now he's in some trouble. There's going to be the Starstorm, the Ensnare as well. He needs to right-click Nova. Try to go on Nova. No. no, it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Isurus getting a double kill on the backside. Fun, also in some trouble. Nice kinetic field, going to fly, and that'll stop them from aggressing any further, but still, not the team fight they wanted. Arrow going to miss just barely, pretty much on everybody. They're going to go for Roche again, and this time they shouldn't have any trouble because they took down both of the main real damage dealers there.
So many wards used too. It's like a sea of eyeballs just looking around in this team fight. Everyone can observe it, but yeah, no one's really a winner there. I mean, I guess both teams kind of going off at a standstill. I guess you could say the Dire maybe coming a little bit better off, but not by much. It still pretty much didn't change a whole lot either way. And now if they leave this vulnerable to Ursa when he comes back, I mean, he's obviously going to just wreck it with that Fury Swipe. So that's something they have to kind of be worried about.
Absolutely. One thing that I do want to point out is that Isurus did get enough, Nova, did get enough to buy his Radiance recipe, so they were able to hold out. If they maybe die in that fight, then he loses that recipe and doesn't get it even quicker, and then they get more items, etc., etc. So, I mean, this is good. Nova does pick up that Radiance. He's going to have that on them. Disruption going to fly out. Reverse polarity is available. He also has a blink. He's going to hit on 2, looking for more. Skewer back into it, and Arrow's going to fly, but not in time. Broccoli going to go down. There's going to be the call down as well, and the Static Storm doing quite a bit of damage. There's the Flat Cannon. They're going to try to turn around. Sleazel's going to pop in with the Starstorm. Huge kill. Double kill for him as well. They're going to take 2 down. Now he's going to go on to the Laguna Blade going as well. Fade Bolt not enough. Sleazel's still alive with a triple kill fallen. Oh, the arrow's just going to barely miss. The arrow's going to come right back from Fallen and get the kill. What a play from Fallen, but still now Goody trying to go on Ifrit. There's a vacuum and the wall. Goody going to back off now, realizing he's not in the best position. Ursa, meanwhile, still soloing Roshan, which he's able to do just fine. And they're going to maybe try to contest this. I don't know if they know this is happening right now. They have that ward there. There's going to be the arrow flying in. He wants this. He's going to get it. RTZ will pick up that. And he's got a BKB as well as a Shadow Blade. They cannot chase this. So very nice job. They did lose 3. They didn't take the tier 2. It was a 3-for-3 trade, but Roshan is going to be the deciding factor in that team fight.
That was just amazing play by both teams. I loved the point-blank arrow from the Rubik, just getting that kill. It's like, yeah, you remember this spell? Yeah, here you go, some little vengeance. Ursa doing what he really needed to do there, though, instead of helping his team, instead of getting that Roshan. He's really effective at that, and now he has it. But you see, one of my issues here with this Shadow Blade pickup compared to a Blink is all these. You see all these Sentry wards used, as well as, you know, possibly a Dust coming out by their team. I mean, it's relatively easy to counter, and especially when there's a Mirana already on the team, they're kind of expecting some kind of invisibility from their squad. So, you know, they're going to be prepared for it, and he's not going to be able to do as much, I feel like, as if he had something like a Blink Dagger from ability.
Absolutely. So, interesting choice not to go that Blink route. I absolutely agree with you. Shadowblade, especially with the detection on the map that they've got. This might be a tough game for Shadowblade, but there's going to be a Mirana ult. They're looking to go on, of course, Nova right now. They're looking to initiate. They have that arrow. Burn damage is going to fly. Arrow's going to hit right onto, of course, that Lena who gets obliterated. Nova now in some trouble. Arrow stolen again from Fallen. RTZ going to BKB. There's the Earth Shock. Demonic Purge is going as well. Nova is dead. Reverse polarity might not be in time. Shockwave. Skewer first. Shockwave going to fly. Doesn't get a kill just yet. Good defensive disruption. Double kill for RTZ. They're going to continue to chase now. Fallen going to get glimpsed way back, and he is in some trouble. He's going to go down. That's 4 dead, and Grats Tho now turning it around after that Roshan fight. And oh boy, they take down 4 heroes with a great Mirana ult gank.
Oh, that invisibility. That is one of the things, though. I mean, you can have detection all day, and you see 2 sentries used in this lane to try to figure out what was going on, but it was too late by that point. They already lost a couple big heroes, like their lone druid, who's a lot of their passive damage. And at that point, you know, the fight was pretty much lost, and now they're going to pretty much annihilate this tower with the Ursa.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be a wall perhaps maybe out of Ifrit. Vacuum first, then the wall, so they can't really fight into this now. They can go around. They did put some damage on the tower, but now, that, of course, with that wall, it's just so hard to push into that. They don't want to fight the illusions, as you can see. I mean, RTZ does enough damage as it is. Goody right now going to pick up that BKB next, and he'll have an extra 1,000 gold in the bank as well, so now you go for that Manta, that Yasha, if you're on that Gyrocopter, I imagine. You could go for, of course, that Shadow Blade, but with that Mirana ult, why do it? Especially with that BKB as well. So he'll provide a lot of damage as soon as he gets that Yasha and Manta style. So there's plenty of time for that as well. Meanwhile, looking on the high ground is Sleazel and Fun, but there's everybody here from Isurus. So they're going to push straight down this bottom lane, maybe go for the Tier 1 tower, which they desperately want. But Tier 2 now, lane's pushed out, and Sleazel's going to go. Try to get some kills on these towers here. Rotation coming through from Isurus, as you can see. There's no reverse available, was used in that previous fight. There's going to be the fortification. Blink would be into a skewer. 10 seconds for reverse, actually, so if they can wait a little bit longer. They will lose this tower, however, unfortunately, so they've lost their opportunity to blink from that high ground there, and now Nova's going to go for the Tier 1 bottom, but The Tier 3 is the next point of entry here from, of course, Grats Tho, and they've got plenty of time to work with this here. RTZ's got that Aegis still, of course. He's going to get vacuum, nothing doing there. They have the wall in 25. They've got reverse polarity. If they can hold out for just a little bit longer, they can maybe try to take this and this fight and try to go for it. But RTZ's taking his Tier 3 like it's his job. Like I was talking about, there is no glyph available. It's going to go down. RTZ will take the kill. So that is an exposed set of racks, and that is much easier to fight into now, rather than going up on that high ground, especially if they can get an Observer Ward there. But there will be a Mirana ult. They're going to maybe think about turning back around and going in. Going to see actually a TP in from Sleazel. He does need some more mana, so he picks up an MKB, which is quite a bit of damage. Very nice pickup there.
Very interesting pickup at that. I mean, like you said, it's really good damage, and not that I guess he's not doing it to counter any kind of evasion or anything, but I guess it's nice just to have pure boost of damage, and especially on a hero like Mirana, who gets tons of auto attacks, the Manta style as well. She already has that, so she's already doing an amazing job of dishing out auto attack damage in addition to her spell damage. And the rating they're in this driver's seat. I mean, you look at those charts, the 14,000 gold and the 15,000 experience. I mean, it's just a testament to how they've been playing throughout this game. Despite the kill score, it's not really an accurate display of what's been happening.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say that, well, I mean, it was actually rather close early on, but then, of course, Sleazel and his team did just absolutely go nuts in the past few minutes here. If you look at the chart here, you see it jump heavily at about, I'd say, somewhere about 25 minutes into the game, the experience at least. Gold was a steady rise, but also jumped right about that 25-minute, 24-minute mark, so right around that Roche pit timer, and that entire team wipe really, when, well, 4-0 essentially, was really good for the side of Grats Tho. They're going to unpause right now. Ifrit is having some lag trouble, it seems like. I'm going to check and see if it's his ping or anything like that. And the entire Isurus team is playing on 200 ping. I believe they're from, Europe, but this is an American tournament, so, of course, it's hosted on US East, I believe. Not a surprise there. Top lane going to get pushed out from Sleazel with that Starstorm. He has Manta style as well. He'll just probably try to take the Tier 2 while he delays the Tier 1 push, or they delay the Tier 1 push. There's no glyph available, so actually they will just take it and back off probably. TPs might be coming out from Isurus right now. Not just yet, though. There is going to be a refresher built for Sweet Pea. Do none of them have TPs? They don't have TPs here. Well, one of them do. Two of them do. So actually, they're blinking out, looking for Fallen right now, who did steal Starstorm. Telekinesis not in time. Sleazel able to get out just in time, of course, trying to do some damage to that Tier 2. Didn't really do anything to it. Nice TP rotation, but still, I mean, now, they probably have that Mirana ult as well. And in 30 seconds they do, and they can go for another gank and kill him. They've been using it very effectively this game. Fun, there is, of course, this Sentry as well as the Observer Ward right in that mid lane, so they can't walk through there without getting noticed. They'll have to be careful in that regard. So if they decide to use that Mirana ult, they have to do it a little bit more, I'd say, cautiously, is the word I was looking for.
Bingo. Yeah, you nailed it. And actually, Ursa now has an item. Oh, he just picked up a Reaver. So now he's going a little more typical kind of item here is that heart, scales with that ultimate just beautifully with that maximum health. And not only that, he's just going to continue dishing damage. He gets a lot of it from the Fury Swipes and the Overpower, so he doesn't really need to build damage items per se. So it's really going to work out well.
Absolutely. Now the Raxes are getting pressured here from the illusions. Sleazel's illusions will go down, however. And now they're going to back off. RTZ still has that Aegis, but only for maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds. So he needs to go in now if he wants to go in. No, it goes down. You see the Aegis just popped, as you can see. I don't know if they know that happened, but RTZ should figure that out pretty soon. He has DD, but they can push into this. It's just going to be very tough, especially with all of the abilities on the opposing team right now. RTZ sitting, thinking about going in, but they can't push into the racks just yet. They do a bit of damage to melee, but of course that is regenning up very slowly, but very surely it is regenning. Sleazel's going to go back to the top lane, push that out, of course, and we're going to see RTZ room up there as well, and maybe try to go for that tower kill, which is not fortifiable. Bottom lane going to get pressured, or smoke gang coming in from Isurus, so they'll rotate around looking for somebody. Broccoli maybe the choice of hero here. Goody also not in the best position. He's got a BKB, but that's not going to matter if you get ensnared, so Isurus is here. Nova does see him out. Goody now. He's got to be careful. This could be very bad. This could be very bad.
It's going to be really, really bad here.
BKB is going to be need pop. Is there going to be BKB? He's going to get telekinesis and the skewer as well, and he is dead. He's going to get his call down off. Nice static storm, but only hitting 2 with that call down, unfortunately. So they pick up the kill on Goody and lose pretty much nothing for it. But they're actually might lose the tier 2 up here on the top lane because Sleazel is pushing it, as you can see, of course, with fun. Right nearby, he's going to disrupt Sleazel, get him some more illusions, do some damage to this tower here. And TP actually canceled. But now more TP rotations coming in. As you can see, Sleazel going to back off here. Fun. Thinking about going, actually. There's the Demonic Purge going to fly. Sleazel's going to go with that Star Storm, perhaps. No, there's the leap. Oh, just too much damage. Sleazel just hitting him so hard. Another TP going to fly. Arrow going to fly, maybe. Another TP canceled, so they're actually just going to try to trade towers. Broccoli down in the bottom lane right now is going to kinetic field. Very nice job there. Make sure he can survive, and the Shockwave's going to fly off. They're going to try to take the tier 2, but they can't. They canceled all of their TPs. They're on cooldown. Now RTZ is going to go straight for the racks. There is a glyph in a few seconds. Ifrit's going to vacuum him back, and Ifrit now maybe in a bad position. There's going to be the wall, and RTZ is just going to walk right around it. The arrow's going to fly, not going to hit, and now there's fortification available. Will they use it? They should use it. They're walking to the tier 3 and the ancient, or not the ancient, the Raxes right now. They're going to take some time to get there. So this should be a melee Rax down. There is the Mirana ult. Of course, they're going to back off now. Meanwhile, there's going to be... Oh, Skewer misses pretty much everybody. Actually, I think he was getting chased there, so he skewered out just to save his life. But they will lose the melee Rax because of that, as well as the tier 2 top. And in fact, they don't even take the tier 2 bottom. Meanwhile, they'll get a kill on the Lina on the backside as well. But Magnus is going to turn around and just kill Shadow Demon, no problem there with that Shockwave. So...
Trade of supports there. I mean, he just wanted to get that kill, barely surviving in the first place. But a really good job of the Radiant there, being aware of how many TPs exactly were canceled, how far they were pushed, and that really, really hurt them. As you can see, you lost the melee barracks in middle. Now you have to be, someone has to be aware of defending that lane for the rest of the game. So, you know, definitely a great thing here for Grats Tho. And, you know, I kind of want to pull it back to this lone druid of how he really hasn't gotten anything this whole game. Radiance has been his big item. You can see a plate mail. He's starting to finally get a little bit more farm, but, you know, it's 35 minutes, all that glimpse middle.
Yeah, Fallen is going to be able to force Steph out, though. He should be okay. RTZ looking for that Earth Shock. Will find it. Oh, maybe not. RTZ is just going to absolutely obliterate him. He just does too much damage on that Ursa Warrior with that extra enrage, excuse me. So, I mean, he's going to get mech'd up. They're looking for Roshan, which is going to happen in a minute right now. He'll head over there. I mean, they'll be able to take this just fine. Roaming bottom lane, you can see Isurus going to try to defend this oncoming push, but excellent play from the side of Grats Tho. Make sure the lanes are pushed out, then go for Roshan. Make sure they can't get in there. They could, if they want to, try to contest this, but I mean, RTZ should be able to take it rather quickly. It's not up just yet, so Isurus maybe thinking about heading over there. There is that sentry ward, so they might have vision of this, and Soyeon Goody is going to walk right through it as well, so they'll see this happening, and RTZ wants to go, but he'll be alone right now. He doesn't have a whole lot of help here, and he has a Shadow Blade, but that sentry ward is right there. Oh, they're coming, as you can see. This might be a bait. As you can see, BKB's going to fly. Nova's going to take some damage here. The Earth Shock going to go. There's going to be the kinetic field. Big reverse polarity, only onto Fun, however, so not a huge deal. There's going to be a static storm. They're going to get an RTZ kill. There's 2 dead already, 3 in fact. Rubik is going to come right back in. He was actually dead from before. Gyrocopter using his Rocket Barrage. Sweet Pea, there's a nice glimpse coming in. The wall coming out from the Dark Sphere right now. He's going to try to turn around the other side, but Gyrocopter going to get the kill, the double kill, in fact, on Sweet Pea. Ifrit now is going to walk right by RTZ, who's not even going to bat an eye, trying to go for that Dark Sphere. He's actually going to try to TP out, and he will do so. Mirana taking the tier 3 in the top lane, and now Isurus is just getting everything pushed in, and another Aegis should be up on RTZ, and that is going to mean probably very close to GG very soon. Meanwhile, top lane, there's still more action happening here as they hit that arrow onto Ifrit. Blink going to fly for that skewer. Telekinesis going as well, doing a bit of damage. Nice arrow back onto Fun. Nice job from Fallen. Suzu's going to jump away, but he really wanted that kill. Couldn't grab it, but still. Actually, he did get Ifrit before he did back out, so nice job there. RTZ's coming through. He says, I got this Heart of Trask. I've got my freaking Aegis. We're going to go for something here in just a second. They're going to go for the Raxes in the top lane, it looks like. Sleazel kind of low, but he'll stay. And there's still 2 dead right now for Isurus. Nova back up in 5, and he'll be able to help defend this. I don't know if they can go for this here. Reverse is not available, which is a big deal. There's going to be the Mantis Style coming in from Sleazel, and this thing just drops so quickly. There it goes. I mean, they have no fortification available. RTZ now, he's going to get Telekinesis, but nothing happening. There's BKB. He wants it. He's going to grab it as well. He should be able to get back now. Arrow's going to fly, not going to hit anybody. Shockwave going to fly out, just going to push the creep wave back, and Sleazel as well as RTZ going to go mid, looking for what seems to be just some creeps here, and maybe go for these little buildings, as you can see. RTZ now, not sure what they were deciding to do there. Meanwhile, Telekinesis up on Goody right now, as well as the arrow. He is in some trouble. There's going to be an arrow flying. He's going to get his call down off before he does go down, and Mirana's going to get a kill on Rubik, however. But still, they do lose Goody there, and are they going to continue to go? Top barracks are going to fly down. RTZ now looking to get this one. As you can see, Ifrit has that wall replica available. Not going to use it, though. Butterfly finished up for Sleazel right now, and it's very close to the end of the game. There are mega creeps, except for, of course, the bottom Raxes, which I didn't see, so...
The split pushing, man. This is what they're doing, just purely abusing how much of a golden experience. I'm glad they are. You know, when you have this kind of lead, this is exactly the kind of things you should do. You should know how, with your kind of comp and your kind of builds, you can win the game. And this split push is perfect for them. Gyrocopter does a ton of damage. Mirana, Ursa, they all do so much. They don't have to be focused. And, you know, when you go into a team fight against a Darkseer, that wall's pretty scary with RP and Vacuum. So you're like, you know what, we can split up and easily win these guys in skirmishes rather than a 5-on-5. So, you know, obviously working out really well. And, like you said, 1 or 2 barracks is off the end of this game here, Mega Creeps.
Sluz just three-shot that Lena, so...
Oops.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they're doing a really good job. I want to make a note for people that don't know who Grats Tho are. If this doesn't scream important to you, then I don't know what does. They took out Team Empire in the 4PL. I mean, I don't know how hard Empire was trying. I don't know what the picks were. All I know is that Grats Tho took him out. Meanwhile, RTZ's going to chase after that Magnus, who will skewer away just in time, of course. There's going to be the Vacuum as well. They're going to be using the Mirana ult, trying to go on somebody. Fun actually rather low in health. Fun's going to force Staff out. Kinetic Field and Static Storm not going to hit, but still enough damage onto Ifrit right now. Glimpse coming back in, and just so much damage on that Magnus. Reverse Polarity onto 2, however. He's going to get 1 kill there, perhaps. No, not yet. Suzel's actually going to leap out somehow. Wait, Suzel made it out alive? Are you kidding? Fun might not be so lucky, however. Triple kill for RTZ now, and Suzel's just trying to kite, killing the bear. Nova now has no damage. He's going to try to get back. There's going to be the Kinetic Field. No Glimpse available just yet, but Nova is dead. RTZ not going to get that kill. It's going to go for Sleazel, and Fun will take the last one. It's a team wipe. That's going to be a good game, and what a game it was, in fact.
Wow, that was really exciting to watch throughout pretty much the whole game. Of course, you know, like you said, around that 22, 25-minute mark, it was really when GT started just ramping out of control. But either way, it was a lot of fun, and these teams, GT, you know, deserving of it. You know, despite running this unorthodox Ursa, Mirana, you know, in their comp, they're still doing really good stuff with it. So, grats to them.
Absolutely, Grats Tho indeed. So, towers are going to be taken, game's going to be over. We're going to be back in the next game in just a moment, watching Grats Tho move through here, I'd imagine. Facing against Team Gorilla, I believe, in the next game. So, we'll get into that game in just a moment. And there's going to be a little more kill action, but there goes the well. That's going to be it. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for watching. Hold tight, okay?